To bust India's claims of executing surgical strikes targeting militant camps in Azad Jammu and Kashmir, Pakistan has offered to let India's Deputy High Commissioner visit any coordinates in the region given by New Delhi. UN observers, international and local media have also been invited to visit the line of control. Islamabad says a visit can be arranged as early as tomorrow. Earlier, Pakistan's Foreign Office summoned India's Deputy High Commissioner Gaurav Ahluwalia over ceasefire violations by the Indian Army. Pakistan condemned the deliberate targeting of civilian populated areas along the line of control by the Indian forces. For more on this development, we are joined by our Islamabad correspondent, Isa Naqvi. Isa, thank you. Isa, what do you have the details regarding this offer by Pakistan's Foreign Office to India?
Well, it all, Jawad, started on the night of 19th of October and continued on the 20th of October that Indian troops at the line of control in three sectors, Joda, Shahkot and Nosheri sectors, and specifically targeting Nusadda village in that area. And in an interesting and unprecedented development, Pakistan has now offered Indian Deputy Head of Mission, who's also charged the affairs of the Indian High Commission, Mr. Gaurav Ahluwalia. He was summoned to the Foreign Office today and he was told that since India has been making these claims, and the Indian Army Chief, he made this claim that these attacks were to target so-called terror launch pads inside Pakistan. So this has been asked if India could share the map coordinates. And if there is some truth to the Indian claim, then the Indian High Commissioner is welcome to join the diplomatic corps tomorrow in this area and prove it to the world that the Indian claims are correct, because the sources here, they are very sure about it's the areas that have been targeted. They are civilian areas. Civilians have been targeted. The several people who have been injured have been shifted to the district headquarters hospital, and 5 civilians were martyred. The relatives of these families, they will also have meetings with the diplomatic corps that will be visiting also the representatives of the United Nations military observer group in Pakistan and India. These representatives, they will also be there. The international media has been invited and the local media to visit the area and take a first-hand look at what the Indian troops have done and the kind of claims they are making, if whether there is some truth to it or not.
So Isa, Islamabad says it can be arranged as early as tomorrow. So is there any reply or response from the Indian side to this offer?
Well, if there has to be something, then this is the time for India to give its reply. The offer was made in the afternoon, and about 4 to 5 hours have passed since the offer was made, and the Indian Deputy Head of Mission had to inform the Foreign Office that he'll communicate the same to New Delhi, and obviously they will wait for the instructions to come from New Delhi. If there has to be something, it has to be by tonight or maximum by tomorrow morning when the diplomatic corps leaves for these areas to visit, because the visit has been arranged for tomorrow. Now is the time for India to come forward and prove its claim.
Okay, thank you for updating regarding the of the Pakistan's Foreign Office to India. If it wants to prove about the coordinates for which it is saying that it hit in Pakistan yesterday, violating once again the ceasefire arrangement between both of these countries.